Good morning, Houston. It's a delight to be here today. I'm Dr. Susan Bailey, professor at Colorado State University and one of the NASA Twin Study investigators. It's indeed a pleasure and an honor for me to introduce NASA astronaut Dr. Kjell Lindgren.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Bailey. I'm really excited to have this opportunity to chat with you. It was such a pleasure to get to work with you over the course of my mission as you were conducting part of that twin study, and then to get to visit your lab after the mission. And I'm really looking forward to my next mission to the International Space Station, continuing that partnership as we find out more about how the human body reacts to weightlessness.
I'll age myself here, but I watched, the first man on the moon, in Neil Armstrong, and watching that on TV, then the whole world stopped. It really is an amazing thing. And to think that we're going back to the moon is really exciting. And so that kind of brings us to NASA's recent announcement that you've been selected for the Artemis project, which is really exciting as we think ahead. And you'll be flying again to the International Space Station on the fourth ever commercial crew mission, SpaceX, in 2022. So what can you tell us about the Artemis program and your role in it and the upcoming mission that you'll be on?
What an exciting time to be at NASA and to have partnerships with commercial companies that are really helping us to advance human presence in space. And really kind of the premier project right now is that return to the moon. We have so many important things going on at NASA right now. We are continuing to do science and research on this incredible International Space Station platform that we have to advance our understanding of human physiology and to improve life back on Earth, and then also to extend our presence in the solar system. It is a platform that we have been using to enhance our understanding of long duration space flight so that we can be successful when we return to the moon and when we push forward to Mars. So we are a group of astronauts within the office that are simply assigned to help with the Artemis program as it continues to move forward over these next few critical years. We're looking forward to launching Artemis 1, an uncrewed vehicle using all of the technologies and all of the pieces that will be required to send humans to the moon. We hope to launch that later this year. And all the data from that is going to inform Artemis 2, which will be the first crewed vehicle to fly to the moon. We'll do an orbit around the moon and then come back home, really again, to shake out all of the bugs and make sure that we've got a vehicle that's ready to go. We hope to do that within the next few years. And then Artemis 3 and then subsequent missions will take us to the gateway, the lunar gateway, which is going to be a small module that is orbiting the moon and serve as a platform for science and for future operations. And then also for those that amazing return to the moon surface to conduct science and research and really set the foundation for a sustainable presence on the moon. And all of that together is going to give this generation the opportunity to practice all of the procedures, the operations, and to use the equipment that is going to be necessary for a successful exploration of Mars.
In November, we were able to publish a whole series of papers related to primarily to the twin study with Mark and Scott Kelly, but also some related studies, part of which you were a part of with our telomere study. And I was just kind of wondering, what your thoughts about all that were. I can just provide a bit of a reminder about what we found, and that was just when we looked at telomeres, the ends of our chromosomes that shorten with age and stress. We thought for sure space flight would shorten telomeres because it's very stressful, there's radiation exposure. But in fact, we saw exactly the opposite thing, that telomeres were longer during space flight, which was quite a surprise. And then we also looked at signatures of DNA damage. So we looked at chromosome aberrations, for example, and certainly saw evidence of radiation exposure there. So, and as I mentioned, you were part of those studies, and I just was wondering if you had any thoughts or how you feel about being a part of those kinds of research efforts.
Well, it's a privilege to be a part of that research, and what a cool opportunity to have gotten to work with you to be a subject on one of your studies, where really the beginning of my professional scientific career started. Studying cardiovascular physiology there at Colorado State, and so that was just a really neat confluence and opportunity to cooperate. The work that you're doing, the work that all of our researchers are doing on the International Space Station, and in particular that human physiology work that to try and understand really the cellular and subcellular processes that are occurring in that spaceflight environment, are critical, absolutely critical to our understanding of human health and what changes occur and how that affects our ability to explore, to go to the moon, to stay there for long durations of time, and then ultimately to go to Mars. It informs the type of trajectories, the timing, the duration, the type of equipment that we need to bring, and really even maybe the medical capability that we need to prepare for in anticipation of health issues that we might encounter along the way. So the basic research, this basic science and understanding of just what's happening to us, even as we're orbiting the Earth, is incredibly important. And so very grateful that we have scientists of your caliber, and all of those that are involved, interested in looking at what happens in the bodies of those who are in low Earth orbit and someday moving for long durations outside of Earth's influence. I would just like to say how much I appreciate the role that Colorado State played in my journey to becoming an astronaut. It was really the first place where I got to really practice and delve into being a professional scientist, learning how to be a professional scientist, to think critically, and it kind of set a foundation for my future career going on to medicine, and then really working in the astronaut office. And so you guys have been amazing partners as I've gone through this journey. It's just been very special to have a colleague like you at CSU conducting research that ultimately I got to participate in, and that was just really neat, a kind of a neat professional full circle for me as I've been progressing through this flight career.
Well, thank you, Kjell. It's been full circle and a privilege for me as well. I got my start at CSU a long time ago, but to see it come full circle to where we're interacting with you and being able to do some of our research with you has just been really and truly a privilege. So thank you.